Good afternoon, Mr. Chanana. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day so far.
Yes, I am. Thank you. I hope you're having a great day as well.
Thank you. Thank you for making yourself available for this meeting. I really appreciate it. This will be in interview form and will take approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Is it okay with you?
Yes, absolutely fine.
Thank you. So I'll share my screen as and when required, and please consider that the questions that are asked are on behalf of my age group, which is around 12 to 13 years old. So do you have any questions before we begin today's interview?
No, I think I'm fine. Let's proceed.
Okay. So here's the agenda for today. It is also split into 3 sections. So the first section, you'll be given a set of questions asked, which is followed up by a personality check, which is just a fun activity and something for you to take away and remember.
Okay.
And lastly, some suggestions and advice questions from you. So shall we begin?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll stop sharing now and I'll start asking the questions.
Okay.
So what do you do professionally at work?
So I am a technology consultant. And what that means is essentially I help my clients improve the technology that they're using, the applications that they're using, so that they can have a much more, I would say, defined and better experience, if you may like to say that. That's what I do. So I'm into IT essentially.
Well, that's actually good because you can actually understand more software than other people because you know the technology behind it.
Yes, that's correct.
So in your spare time, what hobbies do you do? What do you enjoy? It could be in lockdown or before lockdown.
I like watching and playing football a lot. That's one of the key things that I love doing. I like reading scriptures as well, and also meditation. That's a part of that process. That's what keeps me, I think, sane.
And so, what like in football? What do you like? Wait, do you play football or watch football?
Occasionally, I do. I haven't played in the last, I can imagine, last 7-8 months. But yes, I would say before the lockdown, yes, we did play quite a
So,
lot of
what's
football.
your favorite role in football? Like goalie, attack, defense?
I just like to be defensive and try and defend and make sure that my team doesn't.
I like being a mid defender.
Yeah.
And is there anything particular you like watching, or is it just some channel news?
No, I think, as I said, like watching football in general. So if like, the Premier League is on, you have some football on the telly. I just watching football. So that's one of the things that I developed as I was growing up.
Oh. So moving on to the next set of questions, which is, and this set is based on on skills. So, which is one soft skill that you might have gained in your personal or professional life, and you are very glad to have that skill?
I think it's definitely, I would say, communication, and more so, speaking with others and open, because by nature I'm quite an introvert, and I prefer to just be in one space. But then I think as a part of my job, I had to open up and to other people, and also like conducting interviews, asking people, meeting people, and having a good conversation with them. That's something that I had to develop. So that's something that I think I have definitely worked upon and developed over the past years.
Oh yeah, because public speaking is like talking
Yeah.
with people. It's very helpful, especially when you, let's say you were picked to be the president, let's say, which is
Yeah.
so then the president would have to, let's say he has to give lectures like Boris Johnson, he gives lectures,
Yes.
and then he needs to be confident because he knows that like millions of people are watching him live,
Exactly.
so he has to be confident.
Yeah. It's also a lot of pressure. Yeah, because there's a lot of responsibility involved there as well. So it's very important to have that composure
Yeah.
and be confident. Just and no, I have no fear. That's also a big aspect, I would say. So a part of all that comes just being confident and just practicing. I think what you're doing right now is something that's perfect to sort of negate that or eliminate that fear.
So has there been a skill which you wished you had?
A skill I wished I had. I,
Yes.
there is one, and it's the art of saying no.
Someone else also, the other people I've interviewed, they also said, I think the last interview I did, they said the art of saying no, like no.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So why is
Uh,
that? Why is that like a skill you wish to had?
because no, I don't think I still I wouldn't say I don't have it. It's something that I haven't developed very well, I would say. So it's still something that I'm developing, right? Even in my age right now, having had so much experience, I find it difficult to say no to someone, and that's probably again because a part of my nature is always to help somebody out. So if for example, Aaron, you ever came up to me and you said, "Hi, Pranav, would you be able to help me with a particular, maybe problem or anything in life?" I would do my best
Yeah.
out, right? So I cannot, or my first instinct is to be quite empathetic. So I would try to understand and put myself into your shoes, what you're going through, and
Yeah.
then sound advice rather than saying, "Oh, actually, I can't help you straight away," and then just leave you on your own with your problems. So therefore,
Yeah.
I feel difficult in saying no, but then I've learned over the time as well that it's very important to know when to say no and how to say no,
Yeah.
and that's not
That's definitely
in
good because then the other person might go like, like they might feel offended.
exactly.
Like,
So you need to know how to say no as well as when,
yeah.
so that the other person doesn't get offended. Yeah.
So here's my next set of questions because the skill set has finished. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the advice set. So has there been a time when you were given a piece of advice that you followed? If so, what is it?
That happens all the time. I would say one of my other skills that I really, uh, I would say, I'm glad that I have is that I have the quality of just keeping quiet and listening to others. And that really helps me understand what the other person is trying to say. So coming back to what your question actually is very recently, professionally in my career, I was given advice to create presentations a lot more and to deliver those presentations to folks who are at a president, who are at a director level, in the company. And I did take that advice quite very well, and I did sort of develop that skill. So the art of creating and putting down a story,
Yeah.
and then portraying it in front of someone, and then taking them, making sure that they understand the way that you're on, and making sure that they understand the point that you're trying to put across through that presentation is really important. So that's something that I did put into practice, and I am doing now. So that's some good advice I got recently.
Thank you. Uh, That's also very good. So now the other question. So what advice have you been given that you wished you had followed, but you didn't?
Uh, so there's been and there's so my dad gives me advice, and some of the advice that he does give me I don't really follow all the time. I'm sure you can relate to it as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, "Oh, dad, I know better. I know," but actually, when you really understand what he's trying to say, you know that he was right. If you followed what he did say to you in the first place, you would have been in a better place. So the advice he gave me was to constantly learn and improve myself, and to upskill. So as I said, my background is in technology, and technology changes every day, right?
Yeah.
6 years back, we weren't really on, we wouldn't be having this meeting on Zoom, right? But since the lockdowns happened, now you're acquainted with Zoom. So you've adapted, to the technology that's been provided, right? So yeah, my dad always keeps telling me that you need to continuously upgrade yourself, keep learning never stops. And I think sometimes I just don't listen to him, and I just do what I want to do, because you're just so busy with work and life in general.
Yeah. So now this is kind of like a challenge question. So
Okay.
it's not a trick question, it's just a challenge. So
Yeah.
you're describing yourself in 3 words only, not using any more.
Compassionate,
Okay, yep.
patient,
Mm-hmm.
and third one is difficult.
I'm just doing it so it's like
I would say spiritual. Spiritual. Yeah.
well, now now the first section of the interview has ended, and now we're going to go to the second one. So I'm going to share the screen, which you might be able to see now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the personality check is it's probably the most fun part in this interview. So
Okay.
let's start. So before we start, there aren't any right or wrong answers. If you feel that there are any hard questions, feel free. Yeah.
Okay.
So can you please put the following 5 animals in the order of your preference?
Okay. So the cow comes first. I'd like that, then follow the tiger, then the horse, the sheep, and then the pig.
Okay, thank you. So because you said cow first, that's your animal. So this slide is kind of telling the priorities in your life. So you said cow first, which meant like your first priority in life is your job, what you do. Yeah. You said tiger. The second priority in life is pride, which that's kind of a prediction. And then you said sheep, didn't you?
I said horse.
Horse, then sheep, and pig. Okay, thanks. So your third priority in life is family.
Mm-hmm.
Your fourth priority in life is love, and your fifth priority is money. That's just a small prediction.
Yeah.
Interviewed,
That's fine.
they got money last.
Sorry.
So I predicted for other people on other interviews I've taken. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I predicted that other people would have money as last
Already.
because of the order they choose of the animals.
Yeah.
So we'll do the next one. So can you try recording one word that describes each one of the following? The dog, the cat, the rat, and the sea.
The dog would be, say, loyal.
Okay, because lots of other people said that as well.
Yeah, it's quite common as well, right? That's the first thing you comes to mind when you see a dog. The cat, I would say my wife, because she loves cats.
No, like a description. What would you describe them? Like cute, funny.
I would say cute. Yeah.
Nice. How about rat?
Rat, I would say creepy.
And how about sea?
I would say calm.
Lots of people said that. I was thinking that in my mind.
Yeah.
Because you said dog, you said loyal, so it kind of implies your own personality, which means you're loyal. That's just a small prediction, yeah. And you said cat is cute, so that's actually the personality of your partner. Yeah.
As I said my wife, right?
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
not what I've got. Then from the rats, that would describe the personality of your enemies, the creepy enemies.
Yeah.
And the sea tells you that that tells you how your own life is. So you said calm, so your life should be calm with that prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we'll move to the last slide of this. So can you think of someone who also knows you and which you can relate them to the following colors, like a person for each color? From left to right, there are 5 colors: yellow, orange, red, green, and white.
Okay.
So could you please tell a person for each, starting with this color?
Okay. So yellow. Okay. I just thought of my mom. So yellow.
Okay. How about orange, please?
Orange. I would say Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada.
Okay. Now, how about red?
Red. Red. Mhm. Well, red actually just the only thing I can think of from red is is this somebody who I should know or
But
is
yeah, someone you should know.
okay someone I should know? I'm not sure who reminds me of red. If I pick someone, I'll just pick my brother.
And how about green, please?
Green would be my dad.
Oh, thanks. And how about white, please?
Right, I'd say my wife.
Oh, okay, thanks. So now I'll tell the answers for each one, what you kind of could have picked. Well, not the people, what they kind of mean. So you said yellow. So that is someone that you'll never forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange, you said Prabhupada, and it actually kind of means someone you consider your true friend,
Yeah.
which is a coincidence. And then red is someone that you really love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green, you said your father, is someone who you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And white is your twin soul.
My twin soul.
Yeah. So someone who's like similar to you.
Yeah. My wife is with me.
Yes. So now the second part of the interview has finished. So we'll move on.
Yeah.
So I'll just ask you a few questions on guidance, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
From your personal experience, if you would like to give one advice to children, that what would it be if they should follow something? What do you think they should follow as an advice?
I would say it's really important to start understanding the purpose of this life. And even though you're a child, it's really important to have the foundation set right. And therefore, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really important to have a spiritual foundation in your life. So I would really encourage and give that sort of advice and guidance to children is that to have a strong foundation in spiritual life.
Thank you. So, and is there a piece of advice that children shouldn't do?
Sorry, is there a
A piece
particular?
of advice that children shouldn't do, like take drugs,
Oh,
hit people.
oh yeah. There's a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think children shouldn't do. Let me think of something other than the usual, alcohol, drugs, and all of that. Let me think of something. Let's see. What should children not do? It's quite difficult to think of something other than the mainstream advice that you get all the time. Uh,
Well, it's around my age because all the answers are normally
Yeah.
related to me. So something like
Yeah.
going to.
I would say, yeah, I would say, not like, do not disrespect others, right? Especially elders.
Yeah.
So, so be respectful of everyone.
So this was the third section that we've completed. Just
Okay.
and advice for other people, children. So now, thank you for answering all my questions and being having active participation. So could I please ask you what you liked about this interview?
I like the fact that you were interviewing me, to be honest, because I don't think a lot of children interview somebody my age group. So I don't think that happens quite a lot. So and that's a really good thing. I think that
I'm
it.
aiming for 100 interviews.
Sorry,
I'm aiming for 100 interviews.
that's fantastic. That's brilliant. I'd say at your
I've already
age,
done 5 today.
nice,
5, 6, yeah.
really good, really good. At your age, I was busy just playing outside. I didn't care about interviews. I didn't care about what other people were doing, or people older than my, or people say as old as your dad were doing, or as old as my dad were doing. I was so busy just doing what children do,
But
and
no,
I think,
yeah.
yeah, I think the time has changed, and we've evolved into this culture wherein children are exposed to technology a lot faster, and I think making I think good use of it in this way is really good. So yeah, I think you're doing the right thing by interviewing people who are
Thank you.
older, and it'll also give you a lot of sound advice. Because I think what we're doing is sharing our experiences with you, and I think you should learn from this. So I expect that when you take this away and when you record and look at all these interviews, many people will have different answers, different opinions. Is that you listen to all of them very carefully and make sure that you then choose what the right thing to do is. So do the right thing is what I would say at the end of it. Yeah.
So, and if I were to change something in this, what would that be? Like to improve either in the size of my voice. Um,
I think it's absolutely fine. I think you're very confident. You have all the right. Uh, I think you're very positive. I like the style. I like your introduction. You're very, you were very sincere. You were very honest. You were respectful as well. And yeah, I think just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, you're fine.
thank you. So, thank you for your time today. And as an appreciation, I'll send you a certificate, which I'll share
Okay.
now. I'll share this certificate for taking part in my project. Here's the template,
Fantastic.
and many thanks again.
Oh, thank you so much, Aryan. I hope you have a wonderful day.